Good morning, Full Size Life family. Michael here. I'm tired. We'll go with that. I'm tired. But we'll be okay. Got my parts I needed. I think I got 90% of the parts I need to get the panels done. Well, I don't know what wiring I still need. So, still trying to figure that out. And haven't got to figure out the course the panels are going to go. The wiring's going to go. But at least we can get them mounted today. It's supposed to be raining today. High of like 85 or 89 or something like that. Not too terribly bad. But got my electric bill. Last year for this billing period, I was at $300. This billing period, I'm at, I don't remember anymore. Let's see if I can look it without losing y'all. Well, probably not going to be able to see it without losing y'all. Billing history, maybe. I don't know. 136. And I was just below 300. Where are y'all at? Okay. We're at $136 for the electric bill this month. Last year we're just below $300. And so, and last month we were in the 170s. So we cut additional $40 out of the bill between this month and last month. So I figured something out. And that hasn't even got the solar attached yet. So once I get the solar going, I'm hoping to have no more than a $50 a month bill. And no, I am not coming off the grid. There's no question about that. I'm not coming off the grid. Not unless I have like 3 times as many batteries and I'm straightening out the legs or putting out the legs. Like 3 times as many batteries, and on top of that, at least double on the number of panels or the number of wattage. I'm only at 6,200 watts worth of panels. And if I was to actually get, well, I messed those up somehow. All right, there we go. Legs are up. Yeah. So if I was to replace all the panels with like 550 watt panels and max out my 2 racks, maybe. Because I want 3 full days of reserve power. And right now, I've got like 1.5. Once I get it all hooked up. So, we're getting there. We're getting there. It's going to take some time. Big thing is not let the bill get out of control. Even though Next 2.5 months, give me miserable. Come on, I just want to play my music, my library. Did it ever download the library? I hear you, Charlotte. Am I not close enough to the house? Reboot. All right, we're gonna wait for the tablet to reboot. Or we're working on the tablet rebooting. I need a drill and a battery. So let's go get that. I need the wind start blowing. Yeah, this is what the panels is gonna, what the rack's gonna look like with the panel. So there's one, I mounted one of them last night. I wanted to make sure I got it figured out how I was gonna do it. Wanted to make sure I had the parts together and had a, I didn't want to waste y'all's time by doing all figuring it out last night. But that night I had a little bit of time. Went to grocery store last night, got some stuff that I needed. I did not buy anything bad, so that's good. My neighbor's got his dog out. That's my dog's his buddy. Why are you not? Okay, there you go. All the station. Oh, why is that one falling now? Okay. Any more legs gonna fall? No. Good. Yeah, I am a hot mess today. That's okay. Didn't sleep well. But I did fall asleep at some point in time with the bedroom door open, air conditioning the whole outside of the house. Yeah. By the way, don't fall asleep with your bedroom door open and your windows open in your house. You can't you're not going to be successful air conditioning the whole outside of the world. So, I don't think I had it open that long. I don't even remember opening it. And that's my problem, is I don't remember opening up the door. Oh. If I could remember doing it, that'd be one thing. Oh. I mean, once it gets later in the night, I'll open up the door, turn off the air conditioner, and I'll just sleep. But I don't remember doing that last night, and I didn't turn off the AC, so I'm afraid to find out what tomorrow's energy usage is going to end up being. Why am I worried about electricity so much? Going through a divorce. She's going to leave me broke. It's not that I did anything wrong, not that I have to pay alimony. She actually makes more money than I do. Like 3 times as much. And I can't afford my own medical benefits. It's gonna be like $500 a month, so that's why I'm kind of worried about that. That's what's on my mind right now. That's my biggest concern. It's being able to survive. That's why I'm doing solar while I still have a little bit of reserve and not totally screwed. Oh, I should have just brought these panels back here last night or yesterday and just stuck them where I could work on them really quick. But are y'all straight? Not really. There we go. But at least I'll be able to see chats and stuff a little bit better since I'm a little bit closer. Let's get this kind of straightened up a little. Yeah, back is sore. All right. 10mm wrench, 10mm socket. Guess which one I couldn't find right away? Socket. It's good that I have extras. Yeah. Solar panels have got 2 sets of holes towards the bottom, 2 sets of holes toward the top. I'm only going to be using 4 holes total, so there's 8 holes total on them. Using these Renogy clips from Amazon, I guess, because they made me wait for a month for them pretty much. Probably straight from China. And we're just gonna sit here and work on these. And what I mean by sit here is the bottom part, bottom section, I'm going to do it sitting down. Top section, I'll do it standing up. If I can get a chair over here out of my garden. But that's probably what we're going to be working on next, is getting the garden done. So our next year, next spring, I can start using it again. And what I mean by done, boxes filled, boxes built, fence in, rainwater catchment finished, electricity connected. In other words, finished. Drip irrigation put in. And that is probably going to be every bit of the rest of the year, if not most of spring. And it is sprinkling. I don't need it to be raining. And that's going to throw my day off if it starts raining on me. I remembered I wanted to grab myself a clamp, something I can hold that bracket in place, so I don't have to use one hand to hold it, one hand to put screws and nuts and bolts on. And try to work a little bit more efficiently. So I want to get this done today. Even if I have to avoid the rain, start, stop type thing. I'm hoping it does rain. I hope it rains really hard and a lot, because I need a cool day. I need it to cool down for one day. I mean, when I'm working in my office during the day, I get the door closed, I get the air conditioning going, but I get the AC temperature set anywhere from 85 down to 78, depends on if I'm going through like a hot phase. Not gonna say I have hot flashes or anything like that, but it does seem like every once in a while I just can't cool off. Okay, I do have a miniature clamp. Good. Oh, come on. All right, there we go. What are they? Mini clamp. Very small. That's going to help me keep that little bracket in place so I can use more hands. Hopefully it'll work and help. Oh. Dogs went inside, otherwise they'd be barking away at their buddy. Oh. Yeah, I got a tree I got to get rid of. Or not a tree, it's branches of a tree. I may still be cutting down another one, but I don't want to. Well, there they at. They see their buddy. All right, well, we're gonna put you a little bit further away so y'all can see better. Okay, good. Really? Are you coming to go bark at the dog? Are you gonna go bark? They got an obstacle course now. Oh God. All right, so let's get the clamp close to the right size. Don't know if this is gonna work or not. I don't even know if the clamp even works. As this thing is, I've had it for a long time. Yep, like that. All right, so I'm gonna put it on the bottom of the bracket. Yay. Now I've got two hands to work with. Washer, bolt, locking washer, nut, washer. Okay, so bolt, washer, washer, locking washer, nut. Yeah, that's so much faster. Hi, Charlotte. Hi. You're a happy dog, aren't you? You're happy today. You're happy. Wrench. in the back. Impact gun, yay. So I've got 5 pieces done total out of 80. But y'all can see what I'm doing now. Y'all saw what I did. Let's see if I can get y'all closer, so I can see if y'all want to chat. I won't be able to read them very well, but I'll try. I should be about there. Okay. Right, can I might be able to read that. Kind of need my glasses if I'm going to try reading it. And release the clamp. All right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's misting. I will live. I will live. Throat's a little rough. Okay. Yay. This is definitely more efficient than last night. And I'm bending over a little bit less than last night. That there. Clamp in place. Washer, nut, washer, bolt, locking washer. Bolt goes through the washer, bolt goes through the panel rail, washer goes on, locking washer, nut, twist it down, oh, 10mm impact, tighten it down. It's raining harder. It's actually sprinkling now. Don't need this. Just need to get this done. And my clamp, again, wash, rinse, repeat. Get this one done, then I'll have 18 more to go. 18 more panels to do. All right, so bolt, washer, washer, nut, locking washer. Oh. But Yeah, 91 days to the marathon. I haven't given up on it. Just, this is relatively easy today. This is just me assembling stuff. It's not doing really construction. So I should be able to be recovered. But yeah, if I can get this done today, and I figure out the trenching, I can start working on the trenching. That's going to be physically hard. It's still trying to lose weight, still exercising, it's still working out. But it's while I'm working on stuff. And now we're going to go get this one mounted. This 5/16 impact with the magnet. One, two, three, four. Like I got a sticker. Yep, I got a sticker. It's little bitty stickers that stick to you like Velcro. It's really annoying. They don't hurt unless you get them on a sensitive part of your skin. They just sit there and poke you. It's uncomfortable. And yeah, weather's not cooperating. All right. So let's get the drill somewhat close. Let's get the panel. It moved over. Ugh. And no, I don't want to be behind it. I want to be in front of it. Just wanted to get it away from the other one. Ugh. Okay. And I think my drill's in the way. All right, sit there. This is the fun part. Discovered last night. Tip it down, but try not to let it slide away. Okay. All right, y'all can see that, right? Yep, y'all are gonna be able to see that. Still trying to figure out how to do this fast. I really should have kept the belt loop, the belt hook thing for this. But okay. I'll try to get the panel up. Trying something different than last night. Last night this was not working out very well for me. Come on. Get past that. Okay. So I gotta lift the bracket over the lumber. get it up on top of it. Okay. And that's where I want it. And the screws that came with the kit, they're self-tapping. They're for lip metal roofs. I'm just going to use them to drill right through the Renogy clamp. Right into the wood. Okay. Trying to make sure that the top is even. It's going to come up a little bit. Uh-oh, I lost that screw. Okay. Okay, let's see, can I get the screw? Nope, I'll just use another one out of my pocket, then I'll get it in a second. And by the way, this video is not bought and paid for or sponsored by anybody. But if y'all want to become a sponsor, my weight loss journey, sponsor my channel, there is a Patreon link below. Why are you not going in? Okay, it went in. Kind of annoying. Oh, I forgot. Bottom's not straight. Yeah. We're definitely getting wet out here. Okay, bottom's straighter now. Okay. Yeah, I thought the panel was going to be sitting on the bottom rail. It's not. And I'm going to get some more wood screws that are shorter because I don't want them sticking out the back of the lumber. I want them into the lumber, but I want them sticking out the back because I want to be able to crawl and work under here. Possibly even make chicken coop underneath my panels. I ain't figured that out yet because I don't think it's going to be cost effective to have chickens unless eggs go up by a bunch. And my phone is getting soaked. About like I am. All right, there we go. Next panel. It's 8 o'clock. 2 down, 18 more to go. Yay. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're gonna get this done. Oh, yeah. This would be a lot easier if I just, or YouTube would be a lot easier. Probably get more video, more views and stuff if I just chop everything up and edited it and made it nice and pretty package. But I kind of want it to be real. Like, if I'm doing something, like working out or working on my garden or whatever, y'all will get time-lapse stuff. I got it. By the way, I do have a time-lapse channel, which I haven't put anything on it really in a long time. But some of this type stuff will go on there, but it's going to be sped up. Okay. Clamp, get bigger. Just a little bit. There we go. And let's clamp the bracket on. Okay. I wouldn't say I'm sweating that much. It's more, I'm just dripping now because of the rain. Did this finally get its rock and listen to some music? Loading. Cool. Got music. Yeah, that's how wet it's getting out here. Okay. Washer. Locking washer. Nut. Wrench. Where'd you go? Oh, there it is. It's in the box. Wrench, impact, tighten. Okay. Clamp. Bracket. Yeah, today's gonna be miserable if it gets hot. So we're not every bit of 100% humidity. All right. Nut. Washer, locking washer. Washer, bolt. Long time. But guess what? This might be slow, it might be monotonous, it may be hard work, not this part, the whole entire project. But I'm having fun too. So as frustrating as some of this might have been, I'm learning, I'm doing, and I'm having fun at the same time. And don't tell any of those grumpy people you can't have fun while you're doing stuff. Life doesn't always have to be misery. It could be having fun while you're being miserable. Yeah, working on the top part now. Listen to Journey right now. I don't know what song it is. It's just, I know it's Journey's song. I got a horrible memory. I'm horrible with names. If you asked me to name 10, let's go harder. 20 actors or actresses that are currently alive. I'm not sure I could come up with 20. They're real names, not the character names. That's how bad my memory is for names. Now, I wouldn't even be able to tell you if all the people I mentioned names were even alive. I mean, I don't know if Sharon Stone alive. I'm assuming she is. But if you put a picture of her in front of me, would I be able to point her out? I don't know. If she walked into a room, would I recognize her? Probably not. I may be like, I'll be like, because I've worked restaurants and I've seen famous people before, but it'd be like, that person looks familiar and I don't know why. I can remember faces. Yeah, I learn differently than some people. I'm a visual learner. And definitely learn by doing. Washer, bolt, nut. Get this assembled. Then we'll have number 3 done. Like I said, one piece at a time. We're just going to slowly get there. Fun part's going to be figuring out how to get the stuff over there. The trenching, the wiring. That's 30 feet through rock. And I'm really, really not wanting to pay someone to do it. And I'm really not wanting to rent. I don't know if rent is something that actually works. Because I'd have to get something that's fairly large, and I have to be able to get it through there, or get it around through there and over there, and it ain't, nothing big's gonna fit, nothing drivable. A walk behind one that's heavy might be the only way it's gonna happen, or I'm just gonna have to do it by hand. And by hand is going to be very hard. I may put it in metal conduit for the underground part, so I can, I don't want to say cheat the depth, but if I put it in metal, I might be able to just do it shallower. Everything's saying 18 inches. 18 inches is a long ways down for me having to do it by hand going through rock. So, get y'all over here. Get where we're about to put the panel up. And yep. Nope, y'all ain't gonna be able to see me. I'm gonna be working over there. Put the drill over here. That's where I might be able to reach it. Oh, okay. Okay. At least this time I picked it up a little bit higher. All right. Good, I got past that one panel. Now tip it down carefully. All right, let's get on the other side. Yeah, I gotta get some of those tree branches out of the way. All right, let's grab it, lift it up, and see if we get it in place. Okay. All right. Screw. Trying to get the panel to stay in place. Whew. We're getting there. Yeah, my smile is getting bigger every time I get a panel up. Means I'm getting one step closer to being done. It's getting there. One at a time. That's all we're gonna do. On my weight loss journey, one step at a time, one work at a time. This is one screw, one bolt, one nut, one cut at a time. And put y'all over here for that time-lapse type stuff. Bum bum ba da 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 da. Oh, don't do that. Cruel summer. Good, skipped it. Skip that one too. Eight, 6, 7, 5, 3, 9, and 9. Yeah, that's a funny question to ask people. I'm over here, by the way. Yeah, ask anybody who's not Gen X. Who or what is Jenny's number? If you don't know Jenny's number, guess what? You're not Gen X. I'm just gonna have y'all close. I'm sorry. I'm not moving a lot, so then I'm sitting behind a solar panel, so y'all can't even see me anyways. Something like that. Yeah, y'all be able to see me. I won't be able to read the camera, read the chat, but that's okay. Oh. Okay, that's enough of that song. I want something that's kind of motivating, not, yeah. That one's interesting. Okay. Oh. I'm still waking up. Just got dressed, came out here. Didn't eat. Just started working on this stuff because I know I got to get this done in the morning, otherwise I'm going to be miserable if I'm out here in the afternoon. Yep, I want that on the bottom so I can see what I'm doing. Washer, nut, locking washer, 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 nut, washer, okay. All right. Locking washer, washer, washer. Bolt. Nut. Getting a little bit better at this. As far as like working with my fingertips. All right. Okay. I don't know what YouTube Music has got, like a AI DJ. It's kind of annoying. It's like gives you the meaning behind this song or the what they were singing to, and it's like that one was guy was singing to his guitar. I don't know. Oh, I know what I'm missing. Mike, why am I still holding on to the bracket? I say to what? I think it was a nice day for a white wedding. Nice day to start again. I'm assuming it's a nice day for a white wedding or a white wedding or something like that. Name of the song? I don't know. Yeah. My ex would be better tell me exactly the name of the song. I just listen to it. I don't care about the song. I don't care about the artist. I just like good music. Come on. There we go. For that, boom. All right, let's get that fourth panel loaded up. All right, y'all should be able to see me from there. Drill back here and yes, I can come in with the circular saw and just chop these 6x6s off, but I don't want to, because what if I end up one of these days getting taller panels? Got a reason not to doing that. As much as I want to try avoiding hitting my head on those things, these may not be my final panels. Who knows? Signature Solar or Canadian Solar or a Texas-based solar company that's making panels might eventually take mercy on me and help out a guy who's trying to change their life. As I'd love to have bifacial panels and cover this whole entire area with white stone. It's like I would love to be able to put some really, really good batteries in. Not the cheapest ones I could find on the internet that are server rack batteries. Okay. Oh no, darn it. Okay. That one up. This is so annoying. Okay, let's get twist, get it up, get it up. Okay, yay. Now I need to get it like a foot over. Okay. Don't slide off. Come on. Yay. These things like 40 pounds. And very awkward because they're heavy and they're massive. Yay. I can relax a little bit. I see little waves in it, but that's okay. The center part's dipped, but that's okay. As long as it doesn't cause a shadow, I'm okay. Y'all get the idea. The vision. I still don't know if the sun's going to be blocking these panels or not from the panels in front of them. That's why I'm doing the second row first. Because these aren't really going to be able to move much. But the way the sun goes across, it shouldn't. So that's 1/5 the panels in. I still think I can get 4 more panels. And if I can manage to get them, that'd be great. They don't even have to be the same ones. They just have to be able to fit on the stand. That's it. Because I'm going to want to max out the amount of solar I have. All right, let's get another one. Let's grab this one from the back that keeps on getting in my way. No, we're just gonna take everything over there. Why would I go walk over there to pick it up, to carry it over here, when literally I could just take this stuff over there for that one panel? I mean, work smarter, not harder, right? All right, let me come get y'all. And no, we're not taking the chair for this one. We're just gonna leave the chair there. But we're making it. Oh, All right. Set y'all right about there. Yeah. There we go. Oh. And I'm curious, if I lift the panel up from over here and slide it down, can I control it better and get it in the spot I want with less effort? Okay. Okay. Washer, nut, locking washer, bolt. Right, done, right, done. You spin me round, or something like that. Okay. Come on. Okay. Washer, bolt, nut, locking washer, washer. Right, lady, right, right. Ugh. Ah, clamp is in the way. There. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm using a little bitty clamp to hold that there. Little bracket. Okay, I got to put nuts and bolts and screws in through those. Using it as a third hand. Since I only came equipped with 2 hands. Yeah, I want to head to the Spring Branch store today. That's the local rental store, but they sell stuff from Home Depot and places like that at half off, like pallet returns type things. Want to see if they got a weed eater that'll work, because I want an electric weed eater. The DR brush thing I got, it's okay, but it's gas. It's a real pain in the ass every year because I have to clean the carburetor out and all that. And honestly, it's kind of like the chainsaw. I just want to use it. I don't want to have to sit there and worry about emptying it out of gasoline and every time I use it, and I just want to charge up a battery, use it for the 20 or 30 minutes that the battery lasts, then come back at it another day if I need to, or later that day, or buy a second battery. And I know batteries, yes, they do go bad eventually. But I've only had a couple do that to me so far. Oh, did I not take my nut with me? Nope, I didn't. Good. I was afraid I dropped it. I don't want to lose my nuts. I bet you that's what the dog was saying. Well, my wife had her Cody fixed. I don't want to lose my nuts. All right. Get this panel loaded. I'll have 1/4 of the panels mounted. We're getting there. Slow, but we're getting there. At least I don't have to worry about work today. But work is getting exhausting. I mean, it's not physically hard, it's just mentally draining, and I've been working overtime as I'm trying to see what I could do to get an emergency fund built back up. Because I used pretty much all of it. I'm not broke. I'm just don't have the emergency fund I want to have because I bought solar stuff. But If I'm not putting out $300 a month in electric bills, then I'm okay. All right, here comes the hard part. Getting this on top of the brackets and slid into place. But not too far down. Kind of need a third hand for this too. Fortunately, this drill bit has got a magnet built into it. Yay, now I don't need a third hand. Oh. Come over here, put the screws in over here, then we can get the next panel. Oh. Probably ain't gonna be the smartest thing I'm gonna do, but I want this out of the way. A little bit. There we go. Five down, 15 more to go. Yeah, I got room for a lot more panels. Good. I can start looking on Facebook Marketplace for some more. Somehow get them home or get them here. But no, I'm not going to get them from Santan unless Santan wants to send me a few more panels. But I've got 5 panels up. I only have 15 more to go. And let y'all see what I'm seeing. There we go. Those are the 5 in the back. I've got enough room for another 5 back there, because that's the halfway point of that second stand. So I can fit 10 back there. And I got the 15 panels laid out up here, except for one. There's one that's on top of another one. So we can fit 10 in the back and 14 up front. I can fit 4 more panels. I can fit 4 additional panels. Yay! So "24 panels at 300 watts. They're not the biggest, the best, the strongest, but That's gonna get me a little bit closer to where I need to be. We're gonna go inside. I have not eaten breakfast, and I'm feeling kind of, my stomach is kind of dropping out. But be back out here a little while and get the rest of these done. Oh God, I didn't sleep very well. But love you, Full Size Slant family. See y'all later. Like, share, subscribe, ring the bell, all that wonderful stuff. If you want to sponsor my channel, there's a Patreon link down there somewhere below. Y'all take it easy. See you later. Bye. Bye. Oh, there were 5 chats. I didn't see any.
What's inside one of these cells that makes it so cheap, and why this might matter more than any other battery breakthrough we've ever talked about. I'm Ricky, and this is 2-Bit Da Vinci. This video is brought to you by Emergent. In Munich, CATL pulled the covers off of something it calls Tenor Sodium, a grid energy storage system, one of those big shipping container-sized box utilities parked next to solar farms to bank electricity. The remarkable part is that it runs entirely on sodium-ion batteries. No lithium at all. And CATL says it's the first sodium grid system proven out in the real world. A single unit holds more than 30 megawatt hours of energy, and it's rated for 15,000 charge cycles, which CATL pegs at around 25 to 30 years of useful service. And it still holds over 90% of its capacity at minus negative 20 degrees Celsius. China got their first units this September and the rest of the world next year. And a few weeks earlier, CATL signed a deal to supply 60 gigawatt hours of these sodium-ion batteries to a single company, the largest sodium-ion battery agreement anyone has ever signed. And by itself, about half of all the grid storage batteries CATL shipped in the entirety of 2025. Now, this is the same sodium tech CATL already puts into car batteries that it calls Naxtra, which claims 175 watt hours per kilogram, over 10,000 charge cycles, and 80% charge in 15 minutes, and 90% of its power down to minus 40 C. So Naxtra is the sodium-ion battery solution for their cars. Tenor is CATL's grid system, and Tenor Sodium is the new sodium version of it. And behind all of it is the idea of a battery that works a lot like lithium in the past, but runs on sodium. Now, none of these specs are the real story, though. The real story is why the biggest battery company on Earth is pouring billions into a chemistry it could have built 30 years ago. And it comes down to one idea that has nothing to do with batteries. Take titanium. It's stronger for its weight than aluminum and barely corrodes, yet almost everything around you is made of aluminum instead. Why? Partly because aluminum is about 15 times more common in the Earth's crust, and partly because titanium is a nightmare to refine. Heat it up and it grabs oxygen right out of the air and ruins itself. Aluminum was a precious metal once too, worth more than gold until we cracked cheap electric smelting and it went from crown jewels to soda cans. I bring this up because this is the quintessential argument. If you want renewable energy, wind and solar, you have to have batteries. And if you want batteries, we have to be thinking about a supply chain and abundance on Earth that actually makes sense at that scale. Lithium has been considered a wonder material. It is on the same idea. A positive and negative electrode with the electrolyte in between that lets charged particles called ions move across but blocks electrons. Charge it up and the ions pile onto the negative side and tuck into host material, usually always graphite, sliding between its stacked carbon sheets like cards in a deck, a process called intercalation. To get the power back out, you apply a load. The ions slide back out, shoving electrons a long way through your phone or car or whatever else you're trying to power, and that is how the battery works. Lithium is surprisingly good at this. It's the lightest metal there is, so you pack a huge amount of charge into barely any weight. which is why lithium holds around 3 times the energy of our old nickel-cadmium batteries, if you're old enough to remember those, and took energy density from around 30 watt-hours per kilogram in 1991 to about 270 today. Researching the CATL story, I fell down a rabbit hole of papers, spec sheets, and PDFs, but not everything makes it into the video. And I've always wanted an easy way to share all the rest of the research with you, so I tried Emergent, today's sponsor, and I just described what I wanted in plain English. A site to host all of our research, sorted by video, free for anyone to read. I called it Research Hub. And I'm blown away because Emergent isn't just one AI, it's a whole. Now Emergent will host the site for you like I did, but you can buy a custom domain and have the site live there as well. And here it is, our full research library, live on the internet, ready to help us now and for all videos going forward. Building it isn't the hard part anymore. The idea is, and if you've ever had one and you wish you could build it, now you genuinely can. Try Emergent free at emergent.sh, links in the description, and put a whole dev team behind your next idea today. Huge thanks to Emergent and you. Now back to the show. But there's an issue with lithium. The electrolyte that moves those ions is made of flammable solvent, so your battery is essentially a tiny tank of stuff that could potentially ignite. Ask Samsung, whose Galaxy Note 7 started catching fire in 2016 and cost them around $5 billion and a lot of trust. And cold temperatures make it worse. When it's freezing, lithium plates on the anode as little metal spikes called dendrites that can short the cell out. And even when nothing burns, a freezing EV can lose 20 to 40% of its range. But beyond safety, there's also the question of supply chain. About 3/4 of mined lithium comes from just 3 countries, Australia, Chile, and China. And China alone refines around 65% of it and builds more than 75% of the world's batteries. So the price does what concentrated supply chains always do. Between 2020 and late 2022, lithium went up more than tenfold, then crashed by more than 80%. Try planning a 10-year factory around a metal that trades more like a meme coin. And lithium was never even the scarcest thing in the battery. The painful ingredients live in the positive electrode. The high-performance lithium batteries called NMC lean on nickel, manganese, and cobalt. And cobalt is the real problem here. Around 76% of it comes from one single country, the Democratic Republic of Congo, often under conditions that you would not want around your supply chains. So the industry got clever and built a cheaper battery called LFP, lithium iron phosphate, that drops the cobalt and nickel entirely for cheap common iron and phosphate. It gives up a little energy density, but it's cheaper, safer, and more stable. And it quietly took over. Today, it's roughly half of all EV batteries and the favorite for storage on grids and home battery packs alike. So lithium iron phosphate is the mass volume choice of chemistry, not because it's higher performance or higher energy density, but because of price and affordability with more abundant material. In fact, LFP is a major reason why batteries have gotten so affordable, but there's still a ways to go if we want true ubiquity. But what's interesting and you might not realize is that sodium started this race as the front runner. Back in the 1960s, sodium was the obvious bet. It sits right below lithium on the periodic table, so it behaves almost the same. One of the first serious high-energy rechargeable batteries built by Ford back in 1966 actually ran on sodium. The catch was it had to run at around 300 degrees Celsius, with the sodium inside literally molten, and a battery that doubles as a deep fryer is a tough sell. So the hunt was on for a battery that would work at room temperature, and that prize went to lithium. In the early 1970s, a chemist named Stanley Whittingham showed lithium ions sliding in and out of a material at room temperature. The whole industry pivoted, and by 1991, Sony had the first commercial lithium battery in a camcorder. So why did sodium get left behind? Well, graphite. Lithium ions are tiny and slip right between those carbon sheets. But sodium ions are about a third bigger, and wedging them into graphite is like sliding a hardcover book into a slot built for a magazine. Cheap, perfectly available and attainable graphite was just available, so lithium won and sodium lost. And for decades, that's what we have. That is until the year 2000. In 2000, a group at Dalhousie University in Canada tried a different host, hard carbon. It's a messy, disordered form of carbon you make by baking organic stuff like sugar or plant matter at extreme heat until the atoms freeze into a jumble full of gaps and pores. And all these gaps turned out to be just roomy enough for the bigger sodium ions to fit. So sodium finally had an anode. But a lab result is one thing, a mass manufacturable battery is completely different. And that's why CATL spent nearly a decade and around $1.5 billion. Hard carbon soaks up water straight out of the air, which is the last thing you want in a battery. And CATL says it solved that plus 3 other manufacturing headaches to build these by the millions. And the reason this goes from science project to actually seriously interesting is because it'll ramp up at the scale of CATL. The sodium cells are going to be produced on the same production lines that are already used for lithium. So it's a close to drop-in replacement with no factory upgrades required. So sodium was finally ready, and the only question was which job to give it first. Which brings us to the most underrated problem in all of clean energy. Here's something most people never think about. The electricity in your walls is being made right this second. Basically in real time. Natural gas you can stockpile in a pipeline or tank and burn whenever you want. But raw electricity on the grid doesn't work that way. Generation has to match demand, millisecond by millisecond, to hold the whole system at a steady frequency of 60 cycles per second here in the US, or 50 if you live in Europe or Asia. Let that frequency slip too far and power plants trip offline to protect themselves and the lights go out. And if running a grid wasn't hard enough, we decided to add a bunch of intermittent renewable sources like wind and solar. Solar only produces when the sun's up, flooding the grid at midday and then falling off a cliff at sunset, right as everyone gets home and turns everything on. Wind comes and goes on its own schedule. So the cleaner the grid gets, the worse this mismatch will be. A glut of free energy at noon nobody needs, and a shortage when everyone's at home watching their favorite TV show. There is one fix though. You can catch the cheap midday energy and hold it until people want it, which means storage. Staggering amounts of it. The International Energy Agency figures the world needs total energy storage to reach around 1,500 gigawatts or 1.5 terawatts by 2030, with batteries doing the bulk of that and growing by roughly 14-fold. Storage passing a terawatt hour by 2030 means more than 20 times what we had in 2020. This is one of the biggest build-outs humanity has ever undertaken. The part people miss is that it's easy to just cheer for solar. Lord knows I love solar, but solar is only part of the equation. To actually replace baseload power sources like natural gas, you have to be able to operate 24/7. And if you have big surges and spikes, that means you need a place to sink that extra when you don't need it. So you cannot.
Hey there, Full Size Life family. Michael here. Breakfast done. Time to get back at it. We've got 5 of the solar panels mounted up. Got 15 more to go. And y'all get to be here for it. Right. Later on today, whoops. All right, flip around. There we go. We're going to go to the Spring Branch rental store. They sell used or returns from Home Depot. And I am looking for a weed eater that's battery powered. Getting tired of fighting with my weed eater. And the sun is deciding to finally come out, which I am not happy about. Happy that it's not going to be raining anymore. Not happy it's going to be blistering hot because it's been raining. But figured out I can get 4 more panels also. So at some point in time, I'm going to be looking at buying 4 more panels. But I'm coming. I knew even though I used the car to get them back here, I was still going to be carrying them all, pretty much, or at least half of them, because I figured out loading them from the back is easier than loading them from the front. I mean, yeah, I have to lift it higher, but I have to fuss with it less. So, I'm working smarter and harder. Yeah, I should be able to fit 10 panels back here and 14 up front. Which means it gives me another extra 1200 watts of power. I'm just going to bring all of them. I got my clips yesterday. That's what I was waiting on the whole entire time. But didn't have to wait that long. I had to build the stands too. So it worked out. I showed up just in the right time. Now I would have liked to have been able to start on the electrical stuff earlier, but whatever. I'm trying to use the sloping part of a lawnmower hood to hold those, and it's like, that's not working very well. But I love this little bitty clamp. I think it's Harbor Freight. It holds that clip in place. As I've got to use, to make this easy, I need 3 hands. But since I don't have 3 hands, I work with what I got. It's like everybody else. Work with what you got. Make it work. Oh, I almost goofed up. There's 2 sets of holes, and I want the lower one. Washer, bolt, locking washer, nut. Right. Yeah, I'm soaking wet. That's okay. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, all the time. Old time rock and roll. Yeah, I'm listening to music. And I cannot sing. Not even close. Nut. Locking. Washer. Bolts. Washer. Y'all gotta get here a lot of that. Oops. I need a nut, not a bolt, not 2 bolts. Want to get all these mounted up today. So tomorrow I gotta start working on the electrical. And what I mean by electrical is figuring out how I'm going to hook these panels up so I can figure out exactly where I need to start trenching. And that's going to be the hardest part out of all this, I think. Unless I pay for a machine or I pay for someone to do it. And okay. Okay. Time rock and roll. Wish I could tell you what the name of the song was. I like this one. I'll figure it out probably when I get to the hook. But horrible with trying to remember songs and names of songs. Why am I doing solar when I'm supposed to be losing weight? Well, this is helping me lose weight. This is also going to be helping me save money. This will be a return on investment in 2 to 2.5 years. So it means I won't be putting out $300 to $400 a month in electric bills. I get this done. And I won't have to worry about sweating all day and night in my house because I'm trying not to use the air conditioning. Am I going completely off grid? No. Not crazy. Not saying people who go off grid are crazy, but I have grid electricity available. Just going through divorce, can't afford for my medical benefits and to pay electricity. Long term. So I'm picking the one thing I can fix with hard work. And the other thing is getting it fixed at the same time. If I improve my health, less chance of me going to the doctor. And I'm pretty much off of all of my medications except for my gout and my anxiety pills. Probably got to go back on testosterone after I get my levels checked, because I've been off of it for a while. But I'm also 220 pounds down from my heaviest, so I got more blood. I got less body for it to float around in. So my testosterone levels should have gone up just because I've lost weight. A bunch of weight. And if my testosterone levels are good, yay. It means that's one less thing I have to worry about. Not worried about it right now, I'm living. But when I was at my heaviest, testosterone levels were like 90 when I tested. Last time I tested, when I was off, completely off of testosterone for months, I was in the 400s. So it's a massive improvement. Is it normal levels? Bottom end of normal. Ugh. Okay, now the fun part. You'd think it'd be easier doing it from the front. I mean, you don't have to lift it as high, but I have to lift the brackets over the lumbar, and that is not easy to do. The front ones aren't easy to do, but from back here, it is. All I do is tip it, then get it to scoot down. Ah, come on. And I want them right next to each other. Ah, good. I don't know if they're straight or not, but hard part. Ugh. Yay. It's not gonna slide. Bum, 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 bum. You know something? I think these holes are different for some reason, but that's okay. All right, let's get these two in. This is looking pretty good. You can tell the panels are old. As long as they still work and they put out close to the 310 watts, beggars can't be choosers. Now, if someone wants to send me a whole pallet, 24 panels that are brand new and bifacial and all that, I'd be happy to have them. But yeah, might I in the future replace them? Yes, replace these with the ones I actually do want, and I can just sell these. I bought them used. Got a good deal on them. I got room to fit 24 of these. Figured that out. So I can get 4 more if I want. But bifacial ones, I want them because I can go off and put white rock down here and use it to reflect light back up, or something like white rock to reflect it back up. So bifacial charges from 2 sides of the panel. But 10 o'clock ish, we're gonna head over to the Spring Branch store and see if I can find a weed eater. Electric that I already have batteries for. Oh God. I didn't bring anything out here to drink. And I've been out here for essentially 2 hours now. It's not hot, it's just muggy. So. Oh. Okay. I need another washer, another bolt. Okay, there we go. And there isn't a reason why I'm sitting down. If I'm squatting, I'm going to be trying to use 2 hands. One hand to balance myself, the other hand to try to work with. I already need a 3rd hand. So these low ones I'm sitting down for because it's just going to be easier. So means I can get this done faster. Not a lot of situations sitting on your butt would be faster, but in this case, for me, it is. Okay. Okay. Nut, washer, no, that's bolt. Locking washer, washer, washer. Bum, bum. This song's weird. It's fast. It sounds like leprechauns. It's got to be a regular artist just sped up, but the voice is sped up so much it sounds like a leprechaun, or like Alvin and Chipmunks. If you're old enough, you might know who Alvin and Chipmunks are. Even though I think everybody should know who Alvin and Chipmunks are. But yeah, I mean, I still got a bunch of stuff I gotta buy. I got the grounding wire, but I don't have any of the grounding clamps. I don't have the attachment point for the grounding wire for the panels, or for the grounding rod itself that goes in the ground. I don't have any of the conduit. I got most of the electrical wiring. I don't think I have the proper wiring for from the panels to over there. I got 2 long lanes, but I need this part also. Because if I put this in one long line and that one in one long line, then I need to have a wire going from that end to over there, that end most likely to over there, or both going over there. Either way, I think I'm still missing some wiring. And I'm trying to get to the wiring just in case I get the wrong stuff, I could send it back. It's the other reason why I wanted the clamps and stuff right away. I also want to test these before I've had them for 30 days. Because if they're busted, dead, whatever, I don't want to be left with 20 bricks, paperweights. Yeah, these are from Santan Solar, Gilbert, Arizona. SantanSolar.com. By the way, not a sponsor. Just, I'm wanting to help people out. I don't have an affiliate link. I don't have any of that stuff. They run sales all the time. They had ran a really awesome sale, and I had to pull the trigger on it. It was buy one, get one half off. So it's 25% off effectively, I guess. So each panel not shipped cost, well, every 2 panels cost me 80 bucks. But then I had shipping, freight. That wasn't actually as bad as I thought it was going to be. I mean, it was, but I'm not going to complain about it because I've already spent $180 in shipping with Home Depot. And they're just driving something 15 miles away. 2 deliveries. I'll be fair on that. It was two different deliveries, but yeah. All right, let's get this out of the way, because I got to lift that one up and get it mounted. Now the hard part again. Yeah, this may not look like the easiest way, but actually it is. I've done a few of these now, and this is the second one this way. This is actually much easier going this direction. Okay. Now the part I gotta be careful with. Lift. Twist. Get it up there. Good, don't fall. I think it fell. Yeah. All right, these are gonna be gapped out a little bit more. I was gonna gap in between these because I wanted to sit on this one. That or I move. No, I'm not gonna worry about it. This is close enough. It's not going to be perfect because I don't think I can get it on one. I don't think I can get them both over here. Nope, I can't. All right, so it's going to straddle the two. Okay. Hard parts. Really? My watch said my phone disconnected. I am literally 10 feet away. I'm like, what the hell is it saying it's disconnecting from? Ain't no way in hell that I should be disconnecting from my cell phone from 10 feet away via Bluetooth. And yes, I do have y'all on cellular data right now. All right. Should be able to get 3 more panels back here. How's my battery doing? Fine. Okay, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? I want to put them on the front, start putting the front row on now. If I start putting on the, but I want to get one stand completely done. I'm just going to continue on the back row. I get the back row done, then I can work on the front. Ah. Yeah. Yeah. Tell you the truth, I'd like to put 24 panels up, but I would need to find out if the inverter can handle 4 strings of 6. Make sure that it stays above the minimum so you don't cause the inverter to have problems. Because if I do 4 strings of 6, yes, that makes it more wiring. But it also means that if these panels down here are in full sun and those aren't in full sun, then they're fine. Or if that particular section of them, that particular 6 of them on the front row are covered, the other 18 will be fine. getting electricity at the same time. But I didn't set up for that. I'm setting up for 20 and 2 strings. So 2 strings of 10. 2 strings of 12 I can do. I know that much. But yeah. Finally finishing our first box of connectors. I got 3 boxes of them. Oh. We're gonna get it done. Yeah, this is the electrical and the figuring out the best optimum way of doing everything is the part that I'm still trying to figure out. And I know damn well I'm gonna second guess what I just decided to do, and I'm gonna keep on overthinking it. But at least I pulled the trigger. I've got it started. Just got to get it finished. Now I might go off and just buy the extra extension cabling to get it to this house without having it set up all right, all done. Because if I put the wiring and conduit, if I have it already in there before I bury it, I don't have to worry about digging it up and doing it over again. But I'm gonna, before I actually bury everything, I'm gonna test it out. See if 20 panels will do what I need it to do. Because eventually I want to double the amount of batteries I have. I got 5 batteries at 48 volts. And they are 100 amp hours each. But I don't know if there's a way of adding 5 more batteries with the ones I have, because they said don't recommend more than 5 tied together. All right, well, if you can't tie them together directly, how can I use my 10,000 watt inverter with 10 batteries when it's a 48 volt system? Part I'm trying to figure out. How do I add 5 more batteries to the same inverter and not push it over the watts? Or not watts, amps, volts, whatever. But the 5 additional batteries are not going to be anytime soon. Unless I figure out that what I have isn't enough. But I'll be so glad to get back to doing miles. But me being out here all day long, or for hours at a time, is getting me closer to being used to it. Climatized. I'm gonna keep on loving you. Yeah, not the song I needed to hear. I don't care about the Google Assistant. I don't know who it is, but it's loud, it's fast, and it's got a good beat. I don't need to be holding that in my hand right now. Oh, I put that one on upside down. That was dumb. Okay. Come on. Come on. Okay. Excuse me, I gotta do something real quick. Had to get some snot out of my nose. That was nasty. That was getting nasty. It was making it hard for me to breathe. Okay. Surprisingly enough, there hasn't been any nuts or bolts or screws or washers or anything missing so far. They've all been exact amounts, which is amazing because there's so many times you get like furniture you have to put together and it's short a screw, but it has 3 extra bolts or 3 extra nuts, and you were very careful not to have any extra parts, but you're missing parts. and it gets you freaked out that you screwed something up. I mean, if you're taking your car apart and you put all your nuts and bolts, let's say in a bucket. I would not suggest a bucket. And you put it back together and you still have extra screws and bolts and nuts or whatever. You screwed something up. But when you buy something, like a piece of furniture or a barbecue grill or something like that, and you're putting it together, and you end up with extra pieces, you start doubting yourself, thinking, did I actually mess something up? Did I miss parts? Well, manufacturers, you could just put on the thing 7 extra screws, 14 extra bolts, or whatever. So you know you didn't necessarily screw it up. And it's nice to include a couple extras, just in case you drop one and you end up losing it. But at least tell us that they're extras. Yep. Perfect number again. That whole entire box of brackets had the perfect number of screws, nuts, bolts, locking washers. Not screws. They're bolts and nuts. But a bolt has a screw on it. I don't know. I'm tired. I would say I got sleep, but I kind of got a little bit. But then I woke up in the middle of the night hot, and I found out I had the bedroom door open. Air conditioning the outside of Texas. And I don't know when I opened up the door. I got no idea when I opened up the door at all. It's getting close to 10 o'clock. I'm going to get this one mounted. Then we're going to go to the Spring Branch store. Get some fluids in me too, because I haven't been drinking. And see if I can find a weed eater that I got a battery for half off. That my back is getting sore. Why have I got it in my hand? But this row after this one is only 2 more to go. Then the front row. And the front row, those are already up there. I just have to put them together. Now the hard part. Ugh. Ow! Whatever that was funny. I don't know what that was. Running down a dream. There's a little extra at the end of it. Oh my God, that was hilarious. There's something like CD holders, be patient or something like that. People are listening on cassette or record that need a moment to flip over the record. Flip over the cassette or the CD or something like that. That was hilarious. Okay. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's get this in. No, don't slide on me. Shoot. Okay. I lost a screw. That's all right. That won't. Those I do have a bunch of extras. And I cut myself on one of the wiring clips that are on here. Come on, get over there. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Now, is this one even or not? I'll check on the front. Oh. Why do you look weird? Okay. I'll just slide it over. Close enough. Not worried about it being perfect. Worrying about it being good enough. All I'm worried about is good enough, and I can't see. Okay, let's try this way. Okay, good enough. Well, Full Size Life family, we'll see if we get back out here later on today. See y'all later. Like, share, subscribe. Have a great rest of your week. End. Bye. All right. Hey, Full Size Life family. Michael here. Said I was going to head out to the Spring Branch store. Look for a 40 volt Ryobi weed eater. And, whoops. Guess what I found? New inbox. Box has been opened. I've already opened it and tested it. Didn't put it all together, but I had a $50 gift card from, yeah, I saw my license plate, from work, and yeah, I paid out of my pocket, take the gift card off, $36.60. So, and it has the battery with it. The battery itself cost more than that. So, I did good. I needed it. Well, I wanted it, and I needed something to be able to cut the weeds easier. And me using a machete is not smart. And I really didn't want to deal with anything that was gas powered anymore. So, yay. Now we're going to charge the battery, see about getting put together, and see y'all later.